22 lutego na kampusie DePaul University odbędzie się 5. edycja konferencji Next Talks for the Future Generations. Mamy dla Państwa 5 wspaniałych mówców, młodych ludzi, którzy osiągnęli sukces tutaj w Stanach Zjednoczonych. Jednym z mówców jest nasz dzisiejszy gość, Adrian Bosowski. Adrian, dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
It's so nice to have you here. Do you already know what you'll be talking about at Next, or it's still kind of morphing towards the final product?
I have a lot of things in work in the process, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be ready. So, but still working on a couple things. So,
yeah. Let's talk about you, Adrian. You are the district leader, emerging leader, and pharmacy manager at CVS Health.
Yes.
What the bleep does it mean?
So what it is that a district leader, emerging leader is someone that wants to become a district leader, right? Run a whole district at CVS, making sure to be that person of contact. It's a high leadership position, right? I started out as becoming a technician at CVS and then working my way up through pharmacy school, being a pharmacy intern, becoming a pharmacist when I graduated. From pharmacy school, and then becoming a staff pharmacist, and then the difference between being a staff pharmacist to becoming that manager, a pharmacy manager, was taking that leadership skills, right, and making sure to build that high-performing team, and then develop the team myself and them as well, right? Awesome. And then becoming a pharmacy manager, I was able to go into the district leader, emerging leader program to learn about motivating others, myself, and taking on those higher challenges. To run a district, to run multiple pharmacies.
So basically what CVS does is they take pharmacists, people who already know the ins and outs of the product, and teach them the leadership skills.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's easier said than done, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
But, yeah, I hope we'll go through all the process, but let's start from the very beginning. You were born here or in Poland?
I was born here in Chicago.
Here. Yeah. Okay. But you went through Polish school and 100% Polish family. We'll talk about family too, but let's talk at the very beginning.
Yes. Yeah, born here, raised and born, Chicago, never left. Went to Polish school for Polish, the normal processes and liceum. I passed the matura, and I zdałem matura, and and I've been using Polish for my whole life, as well as in the workplace as well, too.
Because I bet it's very useful right now.
Yes, a lot, right? The pharmacy that I work at right now is there's so many Polish patients that come in there, and it's always good to have that connection with the patient when you actually speak the same languages too, where we can understand each other.
Exactly. So did you know from the beginning that this is the path, this is a career path that you want to choose, or you were considering other options?
I was considering other options, thinking about what I was more interested in, right? I was thinking maybe something around technology or computers, but then I saw with pharmacy and how they did, and I wanted to become a technician to see, hey, this is what really, seeing how pharmacists help out patients every day really inspired me. And to say like, oh, there's more than just filling prescriptions. We can help protect them with vaccines. We can help everything with that. And and that motivated me to keep growing.
Because the way I look at pharmacists, like they're almost doctors. They have to know a lot about diseases, about how our body functions. So in your case, it was more like, I'm going to be an engineer or a pharmacist, not a doctor or a pharmacist.
Yeah, no, but even pharmacists right now, they're technically doctors of pharmacy, right? So they are doctors, but with a pharmacy background, right? So we specialize in just specifically medications, knowing about drug interactions, making side effects, counseling points, making sure how to take it, maximum dosing, everything, you name it. All that knowledge. There's a lot of medications. There's hundreds of medications, but knowing everything, making sure nothing interacts, making sure the patients are safe and on their way to better health.
When we are picking up any drug at the pharmacy, there's always this, do you have any question to the pharmacist?
Yes.
And I bet people have a lot of questions. You have to have all the answers.
Yes, yeah. And pharmacy school, they teach us everything, trust me. And we see it so many times that we not only, it's not all about memorization, but also understanding it, right? Yeah. And then making sure the patients understand it as well.
Exactly. So who should consider a career in pharmacy? Because a lot of Polish families, kids grow up, intelligent kids, ambitious kids, they want to be lawyers, they want to be doctors, they also want to be pharmacists.
Yes.
Who is that for?
Everybody who has a nice, has a passion in helping patients, right? Making a difference in the world, right? Especially that interest in science and biology and chemistry, that wants to thrive on that, right? That's what I think that people who want to push to become a pharmacist, I think that's the best way.
So a little bit of vocation, a little bit of calling is also needed.
Yes. Oh yeah, 100%, right? Having a good memory helps too, but
you graduated from Loyola University.
Yes, I did 2 years in Loyola. I was part of a dual acceptance program for Midwestern. So back in high school, I had to apply to be part of this program. So rather than doing 4 years in Loyola and 4 years in Midwestern, I did 2 years in Loyola and then 4 years in Midwestern.
Okay. The end result is you're a doctor. You have a PhD in pharmacy.
Yeah, it's a PharmD. Yeah.
PharmD.
Yes.
Okay. But is that the usual process? Is that something that you would recommend to any other student considering this career path?
Yeah, definitely. Especially even if doing 4 years of college and getting a bachelor's, right? It is a graduate school, so then going for your doctorate for pharmacy, I'd recommend it. Doing the advanced way, where you do 2 years or sometimes even 3 years in pharmacy school, so 5 years max, can be challenging, but definitely worth it, 100%.
Yeah.
So,
So you didn't take any breaks?
No
it was
breaks.
one continuous process. Once you set your eyes on a goal,
yep,
you just went there.
I just went right through it.
Awesome. So how do you get a DLEL, district leader, emerging leader at CVS? Do you have to apply, or somebody has to identify you and pick you up?
So what it is a lot of mentors, right? I had a lot of great mentors. They see how I am as a pharmacy manager, and then they take my leadership skills and then they challenge me. They put me on stretch assignments where they help their whole district, right? So the district leaders help find me and they say, hey, Adrian, can you help me out with this project, with that project? And then they challenge me. They say, hey, this is what the opportunity is at this pharmacy. Let's see if you can make a difference and help them out, right? And then I put what I've learned in my own pharmacy and try to help those pharmacists out too. And then I build these stories where I've helped patients, I've helped pharmacists and different pharmacies grow, as well as district level and region level as well. And then that helps me prepare for when I do interview for DLEL. It's a long interview process. There's a lot of interview steps, right? You have to interview with district leaders, region directors, divisional vice presidents, and then they see, and then if you qualify and you get in, then you get accepted to the DLEL program.
So that process started, this mentorship process, you know, becoming a leader, started already in college, at the university, or after you joined the CVS?
So while I was an intern at CVS, while I was in school as well, it more or less when I became the pharmacist, and then making that impact, right? Because I wanted to be a great pharmacist. I wanted to be a great pharmacy manager, right? And if I succeeded in one step, I wanted to succeed in the next step. And I always had my eyes for more, right? I wanted to make that bigger impact, right? And I wanted to help out even more.
Yeah. We see that a lot from the speakers at Next Conference, that internship period is so crucial.
Yes.
This is your first contact with the real world. You have to apply whatever you learned. You have to learn from other people, look for those mentors. How did that process look like in your case?
Definitely, it's not only about working hard, right? It's about building those relationships, right? And making sure that you're captivating and making that impact throughout your whole process, right? You can't, even if there's going to be a roadblock where you hit, where it might pull you back a little bit, you got to make sure you keep your eye going, right? You want to always make sure you believe in yourself. Ask. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Make sure you're learning around the process, right? Because we're not always going to have all the answers, right?
Almost never.
No.
There's always going to be a situation somebody will have to help us.
Yes, exactly. So you want to make sure that you're always learning, right? If there's success is only built on any failures that you have too, right? You want to make sure that you're always striving, going for your goal, and always being motivated, tenacious, and everything. So.
Yeah. How does the relationship look like with the upper management? Do you have a lot of contact with those people who are essentially mentoring you?
Yes, yes, always. Daily, if anything, right?
Yeah.
They always check in to see how's progress going on, right? Weekly check-ins as well, conference calls as well too. So, and also piggybacking on other leaders, right, around different markets as well, right? If it's not only like Chicagoland, maybe Michigan and Indiana, seeing what strategies and leadership styles work for them in their pharmacies. And the big process about it is having a one-team mindset, right? We're all helping each other out, right? Our whole goal is making sure that everything is put together all at the same time and helping make the biggest impact in pharmacy.
Well, do you already work with younger emerging leaders, people who are behind you in the career
Yes,
path?
definitely. Yeah. I've helped a lot of people throughout the interview process too. So in terms of developing their stories, right? There's certain structures you want to say. You want to make sure you're getting every key aspect of how you performed and how you made an impact in the pharmacy world, as well as the district and region levels. So a lot of people underneath me that are striving for the same thing, and a lot of people that are district leaders already that are helping me strive to get their position one day too.
So what's the future for Adrian Wosowski? So what are the next steps? Where do you see yourself in 5, 10 years from now?
Definitely would like to be a district leader, have my own market here in Chicago, Chicagoland definitely. I would like to pursue to become a region director one day. I think that would be a great goal to do too. There's also a region director emerging leader program
there's steps
too.
in between.
Always, yeah. But definitely having my sights there and always just challenging myself always to be better every day.
So that's going to be becoming more of a manager than a pharmacist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. When you look at yourself throughout this process, have you made only right decisions? Did you make any mistakes? Did you have to? What was the learning curve in your case?
It was a couple of things that might be is that making sure you take all challenges that you right away, right then and there, right? There's going to be challenges that you might think that might seem too hard or might seem like, oh, I don't think I'm ready for it yet. But what I've learned is that growth comes from taking those challenges, right? So if you're to be better and to have that challenge, you're not always going to be 100% ready, right?
And don't doubt yourself.
Exactly.
Wow.
And believe in yourself always and take on those challenges, even when you don't think you're ready. And you will learn so much growing on by taking those challenges and getting yourself that experience and connecting with people will set yourself up for leadership and everything.
Who are the key people that helped you? And let's keep the family aside. A separate set of questions about the family, but at the university, in college, now professionally, who are the individuals that you can always go to and you look up to?
Definitely my mentors, right? My district leaders. I've had amazing district leaders along the way, right? They've helped me grow. They've pushed me to different challenges. My own team, when I became a pharmacy manager, making sure that I've learned from them and what impact they've made on me and how I'm supposed to be a better leader for them as well, right? And the impact to my community too, right? So my patients, right? Why, I always go back on why did I want to be a pharmacist, right? Why did I want to do this to become a pharmacy manager, pharmacist, district leader? Is because I want to ultimately help the patients, right? I want to make sure everyone is always on their path to a better health, right? Making sure that they're always one day getting better or how one day I can help them feel protected.
So you have to be receptive because people send all kinds of signals from up top, from the bottom down. And CVS is a huge corporation. Do you feel that structure? How do you operate within a structure set by a huge corporation just like CVS?
There's well-developed structures, right? So a district leader, right, runs all the pharmacy managers in their district, right? A pharmacy manager runs all their technicians in their pharmacy, right? Going back up, a district leader, there's multiple districts within the whole, it's like region, right? And there's one region director running multiple district leaders, right? And then there's multiple region directors run by one divisional vice president owning a whole area, right? And then it keeps going higher and higher all the way up to our chief pharmacy officer and then our CEO.
But once you settle, I think you feel very comfortable in those settings.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
Awesome. So let's talk about your family. You come from a well-known family. Your mom is an extremely successful real estate agent, known by so many people. Your dad is even more, I can say famous, right?
Yes.
He's running a radio host. He's one of the top few people on Polish airwaves. What was their role in shaping you? I think they were crucial, instrumental.
100%. With my parents' support, love, and influence and motivation has shaped me to who I am today, right? Without their help and everything throughout the whole process, I would not be here today at all. So.
Were they pushing you always?
Always.
Keeping up the grades. There was no way in hell you get a B. It's got to be an A, right?
Yeah, especially my mom too. She's like, you got to make sure you're striving for those A's, Adrian. If you want to make sure you always push yourself, make sure you go for excellence, only excellence, right?
Yeah.
And that always motivated me to always be the best, right? So.
And I think what are things, because your dad is all about communicating with other people.
Yes.
Your mom is a small business owner, essentially. That's what she is. So what are particulars that you learn both from your mom and from your dad?
My dad, definitely communication, right?
Yeah.
Since he is actually on a radio station, communication is key, right? In anything, any job, any career path. And I think that's the biggest importance there, right? My dad being one of my most influential role models, right? How hard he works. I see how hard he works, how hard he prepares, running the whole radio station along with his partners, making sure that he's always setting himself up for success and never giving up, right? That's what I've definitely learned from my dad. From my mom, definitely perseverance, right? Making sure that, hey, no matter if you hit a bump on the road, or maybe you might get a B- or a B, not that A, like, hey, it's okay, keep trying, keep striving, and never to give up.
Wow. So what does Adrian Bosowski do when he's not a pharmacist? What are your hobbies? What are your passions?
A lot of hobbies, a lot of passions. I love to travel.
Yeah.
Love to travel. I've been to Europe. I've been to Poland many times. I've been to Asia, all around the world, all across the States. I love hiking. When I'm going there, trying new cuisines, experiencing new cultures.
Not afraid of tasting that creature taken up from the sea? No.
Here and there, sometimes I might be a little bit hesitant, but I'm always good. I'm always open to try new things.
Okay.
Whether I like it or not, that depends on the dish. But yeah, and then wherever I visit throughout the world, I always collect a little souvenir and add it to my collections. So
nice.
It's a good memory to be like, oh, I remember I visited that location, and always keeping the next travel location on my bucket list.
I know that your dad is a diver. Do you also dive with him?
I did used to scuba dive with him. He does it more than me.
Yeah.
I haven't done it as much, but yeah. But he skis and I snowboard. So
Okay, so there's a difference.
Yes.
Awesome. So during the next conference, you'll be talking to people who are anywhere between, say, 15 and 18, 19 years old. They're thinking about their futures. What are they going to do? Are they good enough to go to an A-level school? Are they good enough to become a district leader, just like in your case? What are you going to tell them?
Keep your eyes on the goal, right? Make sure never to give up, right? That's the biggest advice that I can give, is that always, no matter how many challenges are there or any opportunities are, take every opportunity, face every challenge, right? And always, and never give up, right? I believe that everyone can do it if they put a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and a lot of support from everybody is important for building their future, their career, and their life.
Awesome. And does being Polish make you somewhat different from your peers? I think we all draw a lot of from our culture, the background, the foundation that is laid by our Polish fathers, right?
Yes.
So does it help?
Oh, definitely, 100%, right? Being able to, like, the cultures, everything that I've learned from, like, traditions and everything has definitely developed who I am and the way that I think as well.
Yeah.
And that mindset has helped me throughout my whole career path. And then being able to speak Polish as well helps me communicate twice as many people. And it's great, and I love feeling that connection with patients and with friends, family, everybody. So.
Awesome. Adrian, thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you so much. And looking forward to February 22nd, the 5th edition of Next Talks for the Future Generations. There's going to be 5 amazing speakers, people just like Adrian, who set their goal, set their eyes on the goal, and they achieved it, they crushed it, and they're having a wonderful success. Adrian, again, he's a district leader, emerging leader, and pharmacy manager at CVS Health. Future district leader, without that emerging leader, words tagged on it. If you will be there at DePaul University, feel free to approach Adrian, ask him any questions. He's your guy if you or your children wants to become pharmacist.
Perfect.
Adrian, thank you so much.
No, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękuję bardzo.